Hi friends, Dean here with Escape to Gaming. It's been quite a while since I've done a video and I apologize for that. We've just had a tremendous amount of family crises that we've tried to help. Naturally, as we get older, our parents get older, and that comes with it a lot of concern and problems and ways of trying to find solutions to help everyone so that they can live a good quality of life with the years they have left. So it's been tough. Thank you for your patience and for your kind thoughts and prayers on it too. I really do appreciate it. My wife does as well. Anyway, quickly, my job's going great. One of these days I'll sit and talk about all that. Today I want to just get on with just kind of randomly, I ended up getting a lot of strategy guides, and I thought it'd be something kind of positive, take my mind off from everything from work. I've been putting in a ton of hours, put like 11 hours in yesterday, marathon day and some Saturdays, so it's going good though. I'm real happy with the job, and the pay is outstanding. It's really good, especially when you're doing major overtime. You can really get good money. But today I'm going to show some pickups and a few games and a bunch of guides, and I've got some good vlogs I want to do real soon. Today I want to stay focused on this, and then when I can really put some thought into it, I want to do some vlogs real quick to a couple friends of mine, on some topics that I'm quite interested to cover. But anyway, I've got a few games that kind of came in. My friend Jeremy back in Ohio found me the first Batman game. I have the second one, and I've been looking to find this. I've had a hard time finding it. I used to see it all the time, and now I rarely see it at my GameStop. So he sent me this. Thank you, Jeremy, for sending this to me. And he's been helping me find games and guides. All of these guides in that game, I bought off him, but he helps find them. He uses his money, and then when he's ready to ship them, he tells me what the shipping cost is. I send him a PayPal, and he ships the whole deal out. The week that I was going to have them shipped out, I came down with COVID, and then that kind of changed everything for quite a while, so I had to put everything on hold and trying to catch up here. But anyway, then a few games. He also sent me as a gift, I think maybe it was Christmas, I'm not sure, but he sent me, he knows I'm on a Warhammer kick as he is as well. He sent me the Warhammer 40,000 Fire Warrior for the PlayStation 2. This is one of the only PlayStation 2 Warhammer 40K games that I know of. I think there's a PlayStation 1 game that he also has, which I'm anxious to get. I think it's more of a Space Hulk game, the 40K game. But this looks really good, kind of an early FPS Warhammer 40K game. Thank you very much, Jeremy, for this. This looks really good. Really nice guide, nice full color disc, and I really like the cover art and what it has in the back and everything. And then I found, my friend got the Warhammer 40K Death Watch, and just Jeremy had it. I didn't even know they had the game, so I've got the same game. And really looking forward to playing this. I've been slowly collecting a lot of these Warhammer games because I find that at least the 40K part of the universe I really like. I'm not into the earlier medieval stuff as much, but even, who knows, I might even try some of those. And then I was watching Phil at DSP one night, just kind of randomly, and he did a stream. And when he's done doing his streaming, he has a thing that's kind of the wrap up of what he played all that day. And I watched that. It was like 15 minutes, and he's like raving about this game that was, I think it was on Xbox Game Pass. He's playing it on the Series X, and that's the Forgotten City. And so I went out and found a copy of it. There was only one copy in all of this whole area here. I mean, I looked everywhere for one. I couldn't find, you can get them online, and it's a fascinating story. There was a mod on the Skyrim mod, and this Australian lawyer quit his practice for like 3 years or whatever it was, and created his own story and game. This is like an award-winning story. Many people that have reviewed this think it's like a Game of the Year material. It's really that good. Even though it's very removed from the Skyrim, they use the mod to work with it. I think he hired maybe 2 other guys to help him with the coding and all that, but it's a very fascinating game. I've watched numerous really passionate reviews on this, so I'm very anxious to play this. This kind of forced me to get a new, what do you call it, external hard drive, a 4 terabyte one for my Xbox One X. I'm getting close to maxing out my PlayStation 4 Pro now, even though I've got 5 full terabytes here, that's almost used up. I can probably get maybe 2-3 more games, that's it. So now I've been slowly shifting to the Xbox One X with the rest of them. But anyway, I'm looking forward to seeing this. I don't think this is on the PlayStation 4. It could be. I don't think it is, if I'm correct. And I've been playing a lot of this Vice City still from this remastered trilogy definitive edition, which I love these. And one of these days I'd like to do a follow-up video and kind of showing you what I like about it. But for right now, I'm having a ball with this. And so my friend of mine in Ohio, another friend of mine, Al, helped me to find this because these are getting really expensive. In fact, Metal Jesus just did a video on his favorite strategy guides. He didn't show all of his strategy guides, but just some of his favorites and showcased them. A lot of the GTA guides that I like for the original trilogy, and some Final Fantasy ones and other kind of rare ones, Japanese style games and RPGs that he was playing. But I'm only missing 2 guides. I have all the guides for all the GTA games, all the way up to 5, and have all these extra, expansion packs for the games and everything. The one thing I'm missing are the guides for the Liberty City Stories, the old PSP game, and the Vice City Stories. So my friend Al helped me to find it. It was a little thrash, but that's why we get a good price on it. And that's the Grand Theft Auto Liberty City Stories. The only one I'm missing. And these are going up. Some of these you can pay, probably 50 to 80 bucks for or more. They're really getting up there. So I only have one left. My friend Jeremy in Ohio, he's trying to help me find the other one. It's one of 5 guides left. He's trying to help find me. If you think I'm going to show a lot of guides here, wait till you see the next batch I have. I'm going to want to get it over with. I'm just going to throw money at it until it's done because they're going up in price. Now, a lot of the games that I like, I'm not really into a lot of the Final Fantasy and the more popular games that really drive, especially the Nintendo games and strategy guides are like way up there. They're just shooting up in price. But anyway, I just have one more to get, and then I'll have all of the guides for the GTA series. And then I found this one. My wife found a good deal. We actually found it on Amazon. There was only one on eBay. It was very expensive, and then it was sold. So my wife found one on Amazon, got it cheap for $7, and that's just with shipping. Space Marine 40K. In fact, they're making the sequel to this now. And I already had the game, so now I'm looking forward to playing this. This is my next Xbox 360 game I'm playing. I wish this was on the backward compatible list. Sadly, it's not, although there are a lot of other really good games, which I'll talk about soon in another rant. As I went through a list today of all the original Xbox and Xbox 360 backwards compatible games, that extra 76 odd games, and my God, I've got like 3 pages of list of complete series from the Fear series and Crisis, BioShock, Lost Planet, you name it. They have Lost Planet 1, 2, and 3. They've added so many more games. And Dante's Inferno, which I'm excited about getting. In fact, Jeremy's already found the guide for that one. That'll be my next batch. And Medal of Honor Airborne, I'm almost done. I'm on the final level. I'm having a hard time beating it. So he found the guide for that. Guide is very expensive too because it's very rare. They didn't have a high production run. So when they have a low production run, the price doesn't go up, especially if it's in demand. So anyway, that's with a couple of the things that I got. And this is the next batch is all from Jeremy, and included with this was that Batman game I showed earlier. So quickly getting on with these. A lot of these guides I used to have years ago. I bought each one of these with the games when they were new. Some of them for the PS2, some for the original Xbox. But Red Faction is a PlayStation 2 only game and PC. And I had this guide. I'm so happy to have this back in my collection. In fact, I forgot, there's one sticker I forgot to take off. I've already used my rubber cement thinner to remove all the stickers on them. I didn't see the one in the back, but this is one of the first games, this and Wolfenstein Return to Castle, that sold me on FPS games. At first, I didn't like them at all. I only liked third-person games until playing this. I was just blown away with the immersion. And then Red Faction 2, I think I bought this for the original Xbox. By then I had the Xbox. This is a great game too. Not as iconic as the first one, but still really good. And not everything had instructable environments, but there were certain areas where you could certainly use that with that technology to kind of rip apart, blow apart holes through walls and come out the other side, and cave systems and all that. Really a cool game. Great FPS action in this. I had, I think, SOCOM 3, so I was missing some of the SOCOM games. So Jeremy found me the very first one, which I used to have for my PlayStation 2 SOCOM game. When I bought it at launch, I bought this guide with it. And then I gave the guide to a friend as he found the game. Or maybe I gave him the game too. Usually back then I'd beat the game, I'd just give it to a friend with the guide. Oh, I'm done with that here, dude, here. Because I'd rarely replay them. He got me XCOM 2. I already had the third one, so now I've got the whole series of the original 3, at least, SOCOM games. My old driver guide that I had, and he also just found me last night Driver 2, which will be in my next shipment. So it's so nice having these back. Now this is an early, PlayStation 1 game, but I don't have a lot of guides for the PS1, but I want to get back some of the ones that I had that I enjoyed. Driver 3, I'm one of the few people that really appreciate this game for what it does do good. It's a little buggy and awkward at times, but it had boats and cars. Really good, little kind of a movie maker mode where you can do your own police chases and capture them with low angles and go back and edit these really cool things. I'd spend probably 50 hours, I bet, just fucking around with the camera mode. It's very, very cool. But this is a great guide. I love this game and guide. I also have the Parallel Lines guide, and soon I'll have the Driver 2, and then I'll have all of the driver guides. I don't know if I have the San Francisco one or not. I might, I'm not sure. Brothers in Arms. I do have the other one. I can't remember what the other, Road to Hill 30. I have that one, but I was missing the Earned in Blood. So now I've got this. And then he found a factory sealed Brothers in Arms Hell's Highway. I love this game. It's really cool, really gory. Some destructible environments as well, but a fantastic game in the series. If you like kind of squad-based tactical shooters, you got to get this. A really good game, and these other two for the 6th gen are fantastic. But, what do we do with sealed games and guides when we get them? We tear them open. So use the old trusty knife, rip this sucker right open, and get them up. I'm not a sealed person, and no offense to my friends that like to, collect sealed guides and games. I think that's great. Like my friend Vinny in Idaho Falls, he collects, so he's gone. What was a guide designed for? It's designed to use. That's why you want to open it up and use them. Now what my friend does, and Vinny, he's got like 40 of his favorite original Xbox games, all factory sealed. He just buys an extra used copy. That way he can play the game, but yet admire it sealed on the shelf. He said someday he might open them up. So I admire that, but there's some people, it's never can be opened. God forbid you ever open the thing up. Don't take that plastic off. You ruin the value. I don't buy them for value. I bought my Vice City soundtrack CD. The guy threw the box out, tossed. I just wanted the CDs and put them in my CD rack. I mean, that's the way I thought about it back then. I didn't care about value, and my Sideshow collectible is probably worth $700 I've got out there. But if I left it alone in the factory sealed box, but now that I've opened it up, probably the box is somewhere. I don't know. I've got the pieces somewhere in a little Ziploc baggie, the extra pieces it comes with. But I'm not a sealed person. I just opened 2 sealed games today, who ironically came from my friend Vinny. He sends even sealed games he sends me. He just loves sealed things. And people are using them with that WADA system. That's another rant, which I'm saving. But I'm not a big fan of where resellers are going in gaming and how it's destroying the hobby, frankly, for many of us. But anyway, this is a great guide. Highly recommend this one. I already had the Gears 1 guide, and I'm just downloaded, in fact, the Gears of War remastered version in my Xbox One X. But I was missing the other ones in the series, so Jeremy found these pretty easy because there were so many available. So I got the Gears 2 guide, the Gears 3 guide. These are great guides, really good maps. I mean, multiplayer map shows everything, but I'm just into it. I don't know if you might have split screen, I'm not sure on these, but I played Gears 1 and 2. I never really played the other ones, like 3. And a really handsome hardbound book on Judgment. This is a great guide, collector's edition. Thank you, Jeremy, for finding really good guides. I don't care if they're a little tattered and the covers are wrinkled and dog-eared corners. As long as all the pages are there, the posters are gone. I mean, it's not the end of the world as long as the guide is there itself. And he found me the collector's edition of the 2010 Medal of Honor game. I love this game. It's been, because of political correctness, I think that the game was pretty much panned by a lot of critics, as well as the sequel, Warfighter, which I also equally like. This is a great FPS game. I really was very immersed in this. Very cool. This looks like it has, oh, it looks like it has the multiplayer reference cards that are actually laminated. Very cool. Didn't even know it had that, but anyway, just handsome guides. Great with all kinds of pictures and maps and everything. Just, this is what I love about strategy guides. I use them, like Jeremy does, my friend. We buy them to use them. That's what we want. So whether you're sitting on the head, you want to read something for a little bit, or I'm in bed and I'm frustrated why I couldn't beat a level, I can go back in and read, oh, I see, I should have approached it this way using these tactics or whatever. But anyway, that's one stack. The next stack here, another guide. It's funny because I had almost all of these guides. I didn't have the Medal of Honor or the Gears ones, but I had pretty much all the others. I had the game Gun. Now, I played the original Xbox version. Now I've got the Xbox 360 version, which is kind of like the remastered version or the multi-plat at the time. So, anxious to go back through this game. Chris Christopherson, I don't know if Thomas Jane's voice, I think, is as well as in here. Really good voice acting. Brad Dourif, I think, as well. Great actors. A wonderful game. This is before the whole Red Dead Redemption. We had Red Dead Revolver, then this. And I like Red Dead Revolver so much. In fact, Red Dead Revolver is a guide that is extremely rare and going up well over $100 now. I had no idea. I bought it for 15 bucks with the game brand new and gave the guide away as usual with the game. Now, I bought the game back, which wasn't too expensive, maybe 10, 12 bucks, I think I paid for it. But the guide, I just paid 75 bucks for the guide. And Jeremy said, you sure you want to spend that money? I said, dude, it's one of my favorite Holy Grail guides. I got to have it back. In that game, there are some secrets. If you don't have the guide, you definitely will miss out in secret areas off the beaten path that are very well hidden. Fantastic guide, and it's a very tough as nails game as well. So anyway, but Gun is a great game. Very happy to have this back in the collection. I'm slowly getting into the Dead Rising games. That was one of my big reasons for getting an Xbox 360 was to play the exclusives at the time. They were exclusive to the Xbox, and that's the Dead Rising games. I think I have the first Dead Rising guide I found for like $2.99, real cheap here in town. So he gave me as a gift, he threw this one in with, he always throws a couple guides in, which is very kind of him. Dead Rising 2, I think he had 2 of these. Great guides, anxious to play this and the first one. He's going to get me the Dead Rising 3, but we're going to save that for the third batch. That last batch, I think I have 10 to 12 games, and they're kind of getting up there, and some of them are very expensive. So we're kind of saving those for last. Ghostbusters, the video game, of course, it came out with the remastered PlayStation 4 version, which I do have as well. And I think it has, you have the Nintendo PlayStation 2 version on this side, and you flip it over this way, and this is like the Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, and PC at the top up here. A great guide. I'm so happy to have this. It just adds so much more to the game. You know, you enjoy looking at the game and the game packaging, reading the back of the box, reading through the little manual, what little bit there is. But then you get the guide, and it's like, wow, it's like this is your special edition. Almost like buying the old DVDs where you get the widescreen editions that would have the director's commentaries and all the behind-the-scenes extras. To me, that's kind of what the guides are like those special old DVDs. You know, I'm still old-fashioned. I'm a physical media fiend, you know, as you know. But really good guides coming up here. And a lot of these are kind of holy grails. This one, I just got the PlayStation 2. Geez, do I have this on the PS2? Or maybe it's on its way soon, I think. My friend Michael in New York found this for me. They had limited run games. They had another run on games. I think I might even have this. Let me check, see if I have the game. Okay, that's not the one I have. That one's on its way, I believe. It will be here soon. Limited Run had a thing where they went and they said, look, we're going to kind of get rid of our stock room. We have a bunch of extra games. So even though they sold the games out, they still had a bunch they put them out there. And if you saw anything you wanted, you had to jump on it. So Michael was missing the Bounty Hunter on the PlayStation 4 limited run game. So he got me one and himself one. It's on its way. The one he got me, I was mistaken. It was, which you just got, I don't know if I showed this in my last pickups video, was Republic Commando. So I have this. And so I do have the guide for this, and I have, of course, the PlayStation 2 version. I want to get the GameCube version, but now it's like $100 and up. It's getting up there. And he got me the Republic Commando guide. This is really hard to get. I could never find this. So now I can enjoy this on my original Xbox or on the PlayStation for, and I think it's also backwards compatible. Yeah, it is backwards compatible now with the additional 76 games on the Xbox Series X or going back to the Xbox One units. You can play this backwards compatible. So now I've got multiple versions of both of these games, I think. I don't think Bounty Hunter is backwards compatible, but I believe Star Wars Jedi Fighter and some of those ones and Republic Commando are, as well as the Coder games. He also sent me the Star Wars Jedi Knight, Jedi Outcast collection from Limited Run, and then Star Wars Racer Revenge. So he's a Star Wars fan like I am, and it's nice to have a lot of these limited run games. Not a huge fan of the company because they make so limited games, and if you aren't watching and on there all the time, you'll miss out. And then you got to pay a fortune for them on eBay pirate resellers who live to just suck the life right out of you. He found me this, which was unexpected, and I said, "Oh yeah, thank you," because he knew that I have this game, Star Wars Rogue Squadron. This is an N64 game, and then I also have got the follow-ups on the GameCube, which I can play on a backwards compatible Wii or my GameCube. But thank you, Jeremy, for this. This was unexpected, but quite welcome. And also both of the KOTOR guides, so KOTOR 1 and 2. Both of these now are Xbox backwards compatible on the Xbox units from the original Xbox versions. These are must-have. If you're going to play a game like this, you really can get the most out of a good RPG with guides like this. I'm also was missing just a few of the James Bond 007 guides. I have all 5 original Xbox James Bond games, but I wanted the guides for them. So we got the Agent Under Fire. Sorry about that, guys. Had a battery pack to change out. These long videos, just either the phone's ringing or I got, it's always something. But anyway, so I got the KOTOR guides. I'm trying to remember where I left off. Oh, the 007 guides. What happens as you get older, your mind isn't as sharp as it used to be. 007 Fire, Agents Under Fire. I already have the follow-up to this one. Oh God, what's it called? It'll come to me. I'm just tired. I worked 11 hours yesterday and got home real late. But anyway, I got Agent Under Fire, Everything or Nothing, which is another good third-person game, a lot like the From Russia with Love, which I also have. And then I wasn't expecting this, but that's Goldeneye Rogue Agent. This is a great guide, really nice guide. I wasn't expecting this at all. And just fantastic artwork and pages and everything you need to really master these games. And I was missing 2 of my favorite Xbox 360 games were the Army of Two games. So he found me the first one, Army of Two, which is also backwards compatible, and Army of Two, the 40th Day, which is the final guide in my list here, which is a fantastic game. I really enjoyed this one. This I played the most. I've just started playing this one, and it's quite good. Army of Two, the Cartel too, is really awesome. That one I played all the way and beat. It's one of my favorite games, even though it got fairly mediocre reviews. And it can be played in co-op. I think these can as well. I don't think this one is backwards compatible. I don't think. I'm going to check again, but I know that this one is because I have it already installed in my Xbox One X hard drive. But anyway, that's it for the guides. I've had really good luck with the guides. And you think this batch is good, but the next one's going to be massive, huge. And cost me, my cost was $325 with shipping for these guides, plus $10 for PayPal. So it was like $315. Then my cost to send the PayPal, I think, was $10, so $325. But if I had to buy these at Dimples or God forbid online, we're probably looking at $1,000 worth of guides here. These guides that would, you can get for $6, $7, $5, whatever, would be $20, $25, $45 on eBay. These resellers are just destroying. Again, that's another rant for another time, but I'm not happy with it. I got a lot to say about that, and that's going to be my video response coming up real soon. I didn't realize, I thought it was coming out a couple months from now because they postponed it so many times, but the Dying Light 2 looks really good. I've got the Dying Light, the following. This one is the loaded version with all of the extra content that they've been worked so hard since the game came out to add additional content to it. It looks like a great game. Unfortunately, I missed out to pre-order the game. I wanted to get the deluxe edition with steel box and everything, because I really do like this game. But unfortunately, I missed the boat, so I'll just have to get it. I could still get it, but by the time I get it, it'll sit on the coffee table anyway. I might as well just wait until it hits, $25 and buy it then. In fact, I can get Far Cry 6 right now for $29 if I want it. But this looks good, and the new one looks really good. I'm really impressed. Carrot at ACG did a really good review on that. You can check out. The co-op I don't think is ready yet. Not that I play co-op that per se, but it does look quite good. There's some little bit of jank to it, but not much. But considering how big it is and how long they've worked on it, pretty impressive. But that's it, guys, as far as my gaming and collecting. I just thought I'd do a little update, kind of get you up to speed to show you where I've been, what I've been doing, that even if I can't game as much as I'd like, other than playing a lot of Vice City off and on, I've been always collecting. I'm always looking at things that I'm working on towards getting. So now that I'm working good again, and my 5% of my income is much more now, which means I can get all those backup consoles that I want to get, like an extra PlayStation 3. I want to have 2 to 3 consoles of everything, so I have plenty of backups to last me, as long as possible. Because by the time I'm going to be playing a lot of these games, they probably will be completely offline, the consoles, who knows. So, but really pumped. I'm definitely going to be playing the Space Marine real soon. I'm thrilled with this guy. This is a guide I had to have right away. Jeremy had a hard time finding initially. My wife found one on Amazon. It was $7 something with free shipping, really cheap, under $8, and it's like minty. And then this game is really a great game. I'm dying to play the new one. At some point I'm going to have to get a Series X, because I think it'll be the only way you can play the sequel to this is on the 9th gen systems or a PlayStation 5. So as limited as they are, just harder than hen's teeth to get them right now. Really difficult finding them. You kind of have to have a connection that knows how to work the system and get them. And I have a connection for a PlayStation 5 if I really want one. But we'll see. Right now, I'd rather put my money into these older games, because that's where, to me, where the prices are going up. You want to get them now. My list of games itself, original Xbox, PlayStation 2 games, not many left. Maybe 10 here, 8 here, there for each console. And even then, not that I have to have all of those games, but I'm getting a couple. He's sending me 187 Ride or Die for the original Xbox. That's also in my next shipment. And one other game. God, what the hell was it? I think it was an Xbox 360 game. The Vikings game. Vikings of Azlor or something like that, I think it's called. Really brutal, violent hack and slash game, but looks really good. Kind of reminds me of the Dante's Inferno, which I'm anxious to play that with a backwards compatible ability real soon. That's another game that's high on my list, along with this Space Marine. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for your support. I'm going to try to make videos. I'm going to try to make them every week if I can. Sometimes with everything lately, we've been going to the hospital so much in the evenings. I haven't been getting much sleep, been working a million hours at a new job. It's been very challenging. And then fighting the fatigue from COVID and these horrible migraines I still suffer from every single day. So my lungs are still blown out, but I can function and work. My breathing is somewhat better, probably 50% better, and I'm real happy with that. That's enough. I can't wear a respirator per se like I'd like, but at least I can, paint and do what I like doing, which is painting homes. I'm good at it, the money's really good. So anyway, guys, thank you so much. I'll be back with some really good vlogs. I've got 2 good vlogs and video responses to do soon. And then I've got a whole bunch of other ideas for videos. I got to just spend the time to create them. So I'm still working on polishing my game room, reorganizing it as well. So my big thing now is to get all these additional 3 pages of Xbox and Xbox 360 games, and then download them, install them, so I can play them for free right off the hard drive, which I love. Now I got the 4 terabytes, I can go ape shit and just download the works. And I got a whole stack of games. I've got that down to just a small stack now left to do. And then I'm going to be working on those backwards compatibility goodies. So that's it, guys. Enjoy your games and your collecting. So we'll see you.